Hi crafty friends, it's Donna here, and after a big 2 months of study, I'm back in my crafty space. Today I've got a pair of cards for the Hero Arts Stay Crafty Challenge. This month's challenge is called Opposites Attract. Anything opposite will fit the challenge. Opposite colours on a colour wheel, big and small, hot and cold, your choice. I'm going to be using this Morning Glory die and opposite colours for my card today. I'm cutting this from 80-pound cardstock, and then I'm going to colour it with Copic markers. As always, I'm going to cut most of the colouring from the video, but I will show you just one flower and one leaf and a quick speed run through the stems. I've tried to show you all of the colours that I used on the screen, as well as all of the product names. But if I've missed something, you can find it in the product description box. And should you choose to click on any links there, just know that they're affiliate links, which helps me with the channel, because although you pay the same price, I do get a small amount of money if you click on any of those links and buy anything, actually, not even the products on that list. So I thank you for your support. Alright, let's get on to this colouring. I've used a bright yellow for the flower centres and my darkest green, which is only a mid-green, for my stems. And each of the leaves I'm going to colour this way. My lightest green over the whole leaf, then my mid shade for about half of the leaf, and my darkest shade just near where the leaf meets the stem. Once I've done that, I'll work my way back out to my lightest colour just to help blend everything. For the flowers, again the lightest colour across the whole flower. It's particularly important for these colours because that dark purple didn't really want to blend. It didn't play nicely with the other colours. So having a little bit of a wet petal with some other ink helped it to just bleed into the paper better. Once I'd done that, I came in with my medium, my next lightest, and then my lightest colour. This actually required me to go over it a couple of times because these purples just don't blend as cleanly as the greens do. And despite the extra work that I put into them, you can see in the final photos that they're not quite as blended as the greens. It's just the nature of those colours. Where the flower meets the stem, I overlap the purple and the green to get a purpley, greeny kind of a mix. And here's my completed, fully coloured dies. You can see that one of them is slightly smaller than the other. I cut that from a scrap of paper that I had and just cut off the leaves that weren't complete. Next, I'm grabbing this Trellis window die, also from Hero Arts, and I'm going to tape those two parts together. You can cut just an arch or just the centre trellis, or by using them together you get this lovely die cut. I'll use that on both of my cards, but on one of them I'm going to use this Acanthus bold print cling stamp. I love this stamp. My favourite background stamps are 50-50. What I mean by that is that roughly half of the stamp is colour and half is left unstamped. And this stamp fits the bill exactly. But I've already got a lot going on this card. And so I'm stamping it in the lightest colour I own, so that it doesn't get too busy. This is Fog ink from Simon Says Stamp, but I'll pop another picture in the corner of another card that I made with the same stamp to show you just how different it can look. I want a thin black border for my card, and rather than use another sheet of paper, I'm just using all of the cutouts from my trellis and patching them together so that it doesn't sag in the middle. I've made these cards fairly flat, so I'm going to glue that trellis flat, and I'll also glue those flowers flat to the trellis. I'm being a little bit careful about where I position them so that lots of stem hits the trellis, rather than having most of that top die cut hanging in the spaces between. My sentiments today come from this stamp set called Togetherness Flower Bouquet. I haven't used the bouquet yet, but the sentiments are getting a real workout. I've stamped them in black on white card, and then I want to tie them in with the rest of the card. and so I'm just colouring a little bit of a purple border for them. I've put my foam tape almost to the end of the happy birthday, but not quite, so that it doesn't sort of bump up where those leaves are. In the end, I've made one really high contrast black and white card and one very subtle card. I like them both. How about you? Do you have a favourite? I'm going to leave you with a couple of pictures of the cards in close-up, as well as some peaceful guitar music written by my son Darcy. I'll be back soon with some more cards and another video. Bye for now.